This video is about the unanswered question by Charles Ives. I'll explain the most important things about the work and the composer. Charles Ives was an American composer who lived from 1874 to 1954. He was known for his creative and often unusual compositions. One of his most famous works is The Unanswered Question, which he wrote in 1908. In this piece, he juxtaposed different musical ideas. It was first performed in 1946 and has become increasingly well known since then. The Unanswered Question consists of three different musical groups. The strings play a calm and gentle background, representing the silence of the Druids. A trumpet plays a recurring motif symbolizing the question of existence. Four flutes answer the trumpet with confused and chaotic melodies. This musical structure creates an unusual and exciting soundscape. The trumpet plays a central role in the unanswered question. It asks the question that gives the piece its name. Every time the trumpet plays the motif, it sounds clear and distinct. The question is repeated 7 times without a clear answer being given. This symbolizes the search for the meaning of life. The flutes answer the trumpet's question with ever more complex and chaotic melodies. Their answers become louder and more agitated until they finally fall silent. This is intended to show how difficult it is to find a clear answer to the trumpet's question. The flutes cannot answer the question, which symbolizes the confusion and uncertainty of mankind. The strings play a calm and steady background throughout the piece. They represent the silence of the Druids, which remains undisturbed no matter how chaotic the music of the trumpet and flutes becomes. Their sound always remains the same and symbolizes the eternal calm of the universe. This calmness contrasts with the questions and answers of the trumpet and flutes. The unanswered question is supposed to represent the human quest for meaning in life. Charles Ives wanted to show how difficult it is to find clear answers to big questions. The piece symbolizes the confusion and uncertainty that every person experiences in their life. At the same time, the calmness of the strings represents the eternal constancy of the universe. This creates a profound and impressive musical message. Charles Ives used some unusual musical techniques in The Unanswered Question. For example, the different instrument groups play in different tempos and keys. In addition, the musicians often stand in different places in the room to create a special sound. These techniques were very innovative at the time and influenced many composers after him. When The Unanswered Question was first performed in 1946, the reactions were mixed. Some people found the music confusing and difficult to understand. Others admired the originality and depth of the work. Today, the piece is considered a masterpiece of modern music. It is an important example of Charles Ives' creative and unique style. Charles Ives left behind a rich musical legacy, including The Unanswered Question. He is considered one of the first great American composers of the modern era. His music was often unusual and contained many experiments with sound and structure. Ives inspired many composers after him to go their own way and explore new sounds. His work remains an important part of music history.